lovely people, this is a reading for you for the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces that is right upon us on the 7th of September, and the new moon solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse in Virgo that is coming on the 21st. So let's deal first with the Pisces part. The Pisces part is going to be a bit messy. It's going to be weird and wonderful. Think of it in terms of a gigantic cosmic washing machine, okay? Things are coming out, you know, we're talking dirty laundry here, getting clean. The dirt has to go somewhere. So tea will be spilt, and I just want to have a look at any messages we need that will help us navigate these choppy waters, okay? We will then have a look at how the new moon eclipse opens a door to planning for the future. I think for the next few years, not just for the next year. There's opposite signs, so Pisces, think of that as your kind of drunk relative at a wedding. And then Virgo, think of that as your really nice accountant. Okay, so think of it that way. Quick sip of coffee. Let's throw... I might use the Ocean Oracle as well in a minute, let me know. And if you do like this video, do use the hype button, which if you're on a phone is where you do the like button and you scooch along past remix and all those weird buttons, and there's one called hype, and you can hype my video, and I'll be very grateful if you do. I know, very new and exciting. Okay, oh great, first card we get, Knight of Pentacles. Speaking of new and exciting, not. We get the Mr. Knight of Pentacles coming out. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying to us, I do believe there's actually going to be a gigantic full moon lunar eclipse. Everything's going to be crazy. Strap things down, wear some sensible shoes. Saturn's in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces is... well, think of that as your boring Uncle Frank that nobody wants to talk to at the dinner table, okay? Because he never stops telling you about how he used some insulation tape to fix one of the boats in the war. You know what I mean, that kind of thing. Okay. I was not expecting to get Pentacle-y cards. Let's go with it. So, Knight of Pentacles... all right, strap some things down. You know, if you were going to be in a storm, what would you do? It's that kind of energy. But at the same time, I am a Pisces, confession time, double Pisces. I think that there is a part of this eclipse, and let me know in the comments what you think. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my setup right. I think there's a part of this where being quite chaotic is actually going to go in your favour. I do. I feel that, you know, if these were paints, mixing the colours would be more interesting than keeping them separate at the moment. So just remember that. Obviously have your anchors, do your due diligence, have your safety measures, all of that good stuff. But at the same time, it's time to go a bit crazy. It's time to release. It's time to release the crazy if you need to. It's time as well, and I will have a look at love life and relationships and attachments, because I feel like what the Pisces part, what the lunar eclipse part is doing for us is like making waves that we can't ignore. Okay? Three of Pentacles. This is a card that talks about collaboration, everybody's in it together, we're all mucking in, we're all working together, we're all doing this thing, okay? I feel like some of us are not in this boat, if we're going to use the water metaphor. Some of us are on a raft, and we've learned for far too long how would you call it? Is it sailing a raft, steering a raft? How to make that raft keep going on our own with a couple of sticks. And the raft maybe is turned into like a couple of logs at this point. Okay, so I also think that there are big, rude and messy questions going to be asked of you over this period of time. And this can come up in your love life, it can come up in your work life, because this is a guy handing out money to his apprentices. It can come up in any area of your life, but the universe is putting stress on your attachments, your bonds, your relationships, and whether that's a relationship to money, to a person, whatever it is, and saying, is it real enough? Is it kind enough? Is it reciprocal? There's some workmen outside at the moment, so if you can hear any horsing around, that's what that is. Is it connected? Is it... It doesn't have to be like 100% amazing, because nothing is. But is it in alignment with you? Okay? Is it in alignment with you? And your massive motorcycle. 8 of Swords. What is holding you back? What is keeping you small? What is stopping you from dreaming? What is keeping you from your dreams? I'm going to take a couple of Ocean Oracle because they're in the ocean and I feel like they're relevant. There will be an extended love reading for those of you that want more information. I will do a love reading in this video too, but if you still want more after that, first link in the description box and we will go deeper. We will snorkel. Okay, tell us about this, please. Okay, I get it. Hello, Mr. Walrus. Oh, love me an archway. Okay, get that too. Let me know your star sign in the comments, by the way. I drop your star sign and any other info about your star sign, especially if you have any unusual traits that don't fit your star sign. Let us know. Okay, I love this. I absolutely love that we get this. Okay, let me show you these 3 cards. Couldn't be better, to be honest. Couldn't be better. We start with the Walrus, which is signs from spirit. Now, you need to be tuned in. Particularly, any lunar eclipse is revelatory, a little bit chaotic, emotional, expanding, but a Pisces one is like times 11, okay? So you are going to be bombarded with the weird and the wonderful when it comes to signs from spirit. And these could turn up in your dreams, it could turn up as a smell, it could turn up as a message from somebody through a song, it could turn up in the most weird and wonderful ways, okay? So don't be afraid of it, don't underestimate it, and for God's sake, be listening, be watching, be open. Be open to the weirdness. You are going to get hunches, stuff that just won't make sense. It's not supposed to. Then we get the Archway. I love this. This is one of my favourite cards. Transition. This full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces is transitioning us into the next, I'm going to say like 5 or so years at least of our lives. When we get the new moon eclipse in Virgo, which we'll look at in a minute, that's like a blueprint. It's inviting you to lay something down. At the moment, all the Pisces full moon eclipse is doing is inviting you in. It's like transitional, messy, but look at this archway. It's full of barnacles and it's leading to something that you can't really see on the other side. But there is a light. Okay, there is a light. So follow the light and let go of what's heavy. That is a channeled message for you. Follow the light, let go of what is heavy. And then, love me a penguin for any reason, any time, but particularly at this time, breakthrough. There will be a breakthrough. Now, this breakthrough and I'm getting a channeled weird image of when they broke through the channel tunnel wall. I know, at the other end, and the two guys shook hands. Weird. This breakthrough may not, well, actually, I'm going to say it, it's not going to be easy, okay? I'm not like, oh, you get a breakthrough, and then it's like, woohoo, I've got a breakthrough and everything's great. No, a breakthrough is like you literally are breaking through a wall. The force of water is breaking through a wall. It's necessary, it's needed, I get it. And once you're through to the other side and we get to the further to the end of September, I feel like it will make more sense. But initially, it's going to feel like you surfed a wave, and that wave took you out the sea, landed you on your ass on the beach, and you're like, I was surfing, I enjoyed it, I was having fun, I was doing the worm while I was surfing, and now I'm on my ass on the beach. But that's a breakthrough. So expect a breakthrough, but you may not like how it shows up. It's going to show up anyway, okay? It's going to show up anyway. Okay. What is hidden that will be revealed? Let's use some shadow cards for this. Probably should have got them out before I started, but I like to just riff and see what's going to come up. Okay, you want to come out. Oh, that's good. What is hidden, looking to be revealed? I'm glad to see you as well, actually. You. And you. Okay, cool. I get it. I get it. First, we get the Wheel of Fortune. It isn't always difficult stuff that's waiting to be revealed. Often I think of it that way. I'm like, ooh, what nasties are lying below the surface. Actually, this is waiting to be revealed. The Wheel of Fortune, your luck, your fortune, your life purpose in a way. And again, things have been leading up to this, but it's been up and down and not particularly joined together. So I can see how you might not have logically realised that one thing has led to another, and you're not really supposed to. But the universe wants you to shine. The universe wants you to receive. 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 Okay? The universe wants you to receive. And you need to jettison some stuff, particularly if you are on the two skinny logs that are strapped together that make up your life raft. Okay? That's not enough. Well done for getting here. You've survived. Your survival skills probably have always been pretty good, but this is about thriving. This is about living. This is about being your best self. Okay? 10 of Wands. Jettison the weight. Now, this can be whatever it is. It can be a job that no longer fits. It can be a relationship that is hurting you, upsetting you, or taking too much energy. It can be your relationship with money. It can be that you want a new exercise routine. I don't know, whatever it is for you, this is about dropping any dead weight that may be holding you back from it. And again, this is not pretty. It's not easy, but it is worth it. Then we get the Two of Swords. What you're going to find after the Pisces lunar eclipse on the 7th, in a couple of days' time, you're going to find that you have a bit like a hammock of time, okay? There's going to be a lull when it will seem like nothing is happening. And think of this in terms of like calm water before the big waves start again. Okay, so you may experience nothing at all. It may seem very quiet, like nothing's happening, or you may have an initial wave and then think, oh, I was expecting more and there isn't. When nothing's happening, everything is happening. Okay, so tune in to the signs. Very, very important that we do this, that we tune into the signs and that we take the timing as it comes. It's not going to be linear. It may be everything, then nothing, then everything, then nothing, or a lot, nothing, a bit, a lot. It comes as it comes, okay? Because what we get here, what is also hidden, is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a new direction with absolutely solid foundations. Not something which you're trying to get a square peg into a round hole. You're not trying to fit this on. This is something that absolutely suits your destiny, has more root and depth than you can ever imagine. So think then to more towards the end of September, as ideas come in about how you can build something solid and how you can take those steps and how you can take, imagine this, I'm getting a channeled message. Imagine if there'd been a storm and there was a load of wood that just got brought in by the sea, and you take that wood and it looks like a disaster and the ship broke, or maybe your life raft, you know, finally gave up the ghost, and you think, I can make a shelter out of this. And you build yourself a hut, you build yourself a home. Okay? This is tough love in some ways, 100%. But also, I'm going to say really necessary from everything that's been happening to you this year up to this point. It's needed it. Let's take a couple of love cards to see what we're dealing with in love and relationships. And I'm going to look at the Virgo new moon eclipse and how you can put this back together, okay? What's going on with love and relationships? And don't forget to use that hype button if you can find it. I didn't even know it existed until a few people said about it on the channel, and then I went looking for it, I couldn't find it, and now I have. You can only do 3 a month or 3 a day or 3 a week, I'm not sure. Okay, love. Love is all you need. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. It's a lot. Woof. Love, we get the Knight of Swords. Home truths. Spilling out. Okay. Spilling out. Revelations. This came up in a lot of... It came up in the pick a card reading I did recently, How Do They Feel About You, which had some objects. Came up in that, and it came up in the individual star sign monthly September readings. The truth will find you, and that Pisces new moon eclipse, full moon eclipse will make sure it does. And it might be a bit messy, but it will be accurate. So if someone's been holding out on you, if somebody's not been communicating, the Knight of Swords is like, swing! There it is. For some of you, that is an ending. You're like, stick a fork in me, I am done. For others of you, it's a beginning. It will be different for different people. But it's a big change. Things cannot stay the same after this eclipse, okay? And then the Seven of Wands. Then you're finding your position. So think of this in a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship or a work relationship or whatever. Think of it as magnetic poles. Literally, the poles are switching. And the way that things were and the way that power was experienced is going to be different. God. Tell us a bit more about that. Yes. Don't mind if I do. That is rather nice, actually. 9 of Cups. This is about your emotional wish list. It's time. You could even, and I'm going to recommend you do actually. So, during the full moon in Pisces, you're manifesting, but you don't have a lot of control over it. You're just clinging to that raft, okay? And that's okay. Things are happening around you. Signs are coming from spirit. You're hurtling through the archway. There's a breakthrough according to our lovely penguin. And that is great, but you don't have much time for trying to direct anything, trying to manifest anything, trying to sow any seeds. Just enjoy the ride if you can, okay? Then as we go past like the 15th and we're past mid-month, it's time to make your emotional wish list. And that's what the 9 of Cups is. From the heart, what's your order? And I would get a pen and paper, best way to do it, and make that list. Imagine that the waitress is here and you're just like, I'm just writing my order down for you. The waitress of the universe comes. I'm writing my order down, whatever that may be. Because as we move into the new moon partial solar eclipse in Virgo, it's a very different energy. It's like, let's take this shit and tidy it up. Let's make this count. Let's build something out of this. Let's move forward. But not just in a logical, practical way. What is on your emotional wish list? This is really, really important. Just do that. And then the 8 of Wands. Communicate it. Communicate it to the universe. Communicate it through your vision board, your journaling, however it is. But also communicate it to those around you who need to know. And this is about expressing newly minted boundaries, newly dug foundations, a new way that you wish to be interacted with. Now these boundaries, you're going to discover them during that Pisces full moon eclipse. You may not even know what they are until you're chucked off that raft, and then you're going to find out. Okay? Then, once you've had a bit of time to process them, you bring them to bear on the new moon. So, you're asking for whatever is on your list, and everybody's different. Nothing is too weird or wonderful, nothing is too much, nothing is out of your reach. Okay, don't sell yourself short at this point. I love this for you. Okay, Virgo. New moon, what do we need to know? I am going to take some of those actually. Tell us about piecing it back together again, please. Tell us about piecing it back together again. That's interesting. Okay, those of you that have been waiting to have a talk with someone or a discussion with somebody, whether that is love, whether that is work, whether that is whatever it is, I'd be doing it around the time of the new moon and avoiding it like the plague around the time of the full moon in Pisces, unless you think someone has a secret and they're holding out on you. You might not like the way it's expressed, but you will find out what it is. But if you want a quieter life at a softer pace, there's a big conversation here around the time of that. Yeah, I love that. Virgo new moon, okay? So do you remember we're talking about your shopping list, making your emotional wish list, the 8 of Wands, that communication, being able to communicate it. So when I take some cards for the new moon eclipse in solar eclipse in Virgo, I get the 8 of Wands again. And boy, that raft has turned into a better boat. Gonna need a bigger boat, and then we got one. Love this. So there will be, because it also comes up with old friend the Knight of Swords. It's time to speak your truth and in return you're going to hear their truth. The Nine of Wands, boundaries will be important. They will be soft. They will have been softened by the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse, and they won't be completely formed by the end of September, because this is something you'll be working on as the months go by, but you'll be laying the foundation. And then the Two of Wands, making decisions dynamically. You will be able, because you will be confident enough not to have to overthink it, but to actually, you know, ride by the seat of your pants and just think, I'm kind of tougher than I think. I survived that storm. I came out, it spat me out onto the beach. Here I am. I was on my little bit of driftwood. I made it. I have all the survival skills. Now it's time not just to be surviving, but planting my stake in the ground for something with this fiery inspiration. Okay, you're inspired, you feel hopeful, you feel, and no matter what your star sign, you'll be feeling the fire of it, the passion. Okay, love that. And then, what more than the Ace of Wands? Kundalini energy and a brand new start. But you work for it. You've been on that raft, I'm going to say, for too long. Okay, so this is not coming out of nowhere. It's not coming out of nowhere. You are brave enough to ride the chaos of the lunar eclipse on the 7th of September, and then you are rewarded by being able to build something as we get towards the 21st and beyond. Okay? In the extended reading, I'm going to look particularly and deeper into your love life, your connections with people past and present, how it's going to affect them, and the best way to use this energy for you to get the best result from whatever relationship you're in, or whichever connection is on your mind, be it relationship, situationship, or just some kind of weird ship that you can't even name, because sometimes them's the ships. So that link is in the description box. I'm going to go and do that right now, and I will see you all on the other side. Happy eclipses. Namaste.